Welcome back everyone to my Terran Resurgence Galactic Civilizations 3 Let's Play. In recent videos I've got into my first war against one of the major civs, or indeed any of the civs. That war is against the Drengen, who somehow managed to break a non-aggression treaty when it had about 25 odd turns left on it. That should be impossible. If I actually go here, you can see, well, I've got a non-aggression treaty with the Iconians and I can't do that there. I thought the way that the Drengen might have been able to do it was by basically coming into here, into the treaty agreements, and if I can find a non-aggression treaty in here somewhere, like that one there, I thought they might have been able to do it that way by breaking the treaty here, but not actually allowed to do that either. So I haven't really gotten down to figuring out how they managed to do that. But we're at war with the Drengen anyway, and it's caused me a few issues so far. But with the recently acquired large hulls technology, that could be about to change quite significantly. So since the last video, I've actually done a lot of trade deals, and I've actually managed to sell off that large hulls tech to a lot of the miners, and I've acquired quite a bit by doing that. So I started off with the Burren and picked up beam weapon augmentation and a huge amount of money. The AI just gives way too much money. I would say that the large scale construction is arguably, possibly even the most important tech in the game, because of the time of when it comes and the ability that it gives you with the amazing ships. But yeah, you get one heck of a lot of money out of it. I later on picked up yet more money and advanced recirculation, which is a specialization tech, a couple of extra range, arguably not even worthwhile picking up. Picked up life support, so I believe that's extra range, and a Hyperion range build-in, if my memory is correct, for an exploration treaty there. And I picked up yet more huge amounts of money off the Dark Yore and beam weapons, and also sold an exploration treaty. And my remaining couple of tech trades this turn were with the majors, and this is where the real interesting stuff happened. With the money I'd picked up off the miners and a couple of trade resources that I didn't really need, I managed to pick up hull reinforcement, which is a specialization tech once again, but that gives 15% hit points, something I'm desperately in need of since I have minus 30% to my hit points. Soil reclamation is the last but one terraforming tech. This allows me to much more plan out my remaining planets tiles. Basically the last terraforming tech allows you to terraform anyway, so now I can basically figure them out completely. And with the Altarians, I picked up a very important weapons tech, pulse cannons, armor systems also, and xenoarchaeology, which actually helps to improve precursor worlds. And this is something that maybe I should have picked up at some point earlier, because it's particularly good, and especially so with the large amount of precursor worlds that I happen to have. So if I take a look at this one, Monrovia. Actually, let's take a look at a different one. It's easier to show you what I intend to show you if I look on, if I can find one, which I can't all of a sudden. Where the hell is, there it is. Let's go to that one. So, Rorris, this is precursor treasure. You can see the gross income bonus. That was 30%. That's actually gone up so to 60% since getting that tech. And I believe there's one more of those techs for standard precursor worlds to increase the bonus yet further. And also the raw production bonus has also gone up on this world, and in fact all of my precursor worlds. So it's a very, very useful tech, especially when you have a lot of precursor worlds. I'm not sure if it's going to increase the movement bonus that I get from Monrovia. Yes, it might do. That's something we're going to have to look out for in a minute. And also the Durantium Cloud mass driver bonus, but we do get extra Durantium there. So all of you get different bonuses based on the different types of precursor world. So I've shown you tech trades I've done for the turn. I've shown you those precursor world bonuses. What I haven't shown you is a new ship design I've created, I should say. So this is my first large hulled ship. This is a command ship. So the purpose of this ship is basically to supply bonuses to other ships in the fleet. So I've got certain key modules on it, like well, that inertial dampeners helps out the fleet, so that's a key thing for it. I've also got some other nice bonuses, but only affect that ship. But I'm hoping to get more of these fleet bonuses for these command ships in future. You can see it's got pretty decent stats, not spectacular. Normally it would be a capital ship as well, but I don't want it getting shot at, so I've made it a support ship, which in theory it will stay out of combat a bit more. I'm not sure how well that works. I think it does work pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, but that's a new design, my first large hull design. I'm going to be making other designs in future as well. So I'm actually making one of those with the accrued manufacturing points I've got stored up there. And I've actually taken off the capital from this shipyard because I've got so much points there. This will get done this turn. I've actually got the capital focusing on a shipyard over here. So I'm going to put a ton of manufacturing in there and start to make some more constructors. I didn't do a great job with my econ star bases, so I'm going to slightly position them a bit different perhaps. There's a tiny bits of movement left at the end of this turn, so I'm going to do that. I've done most of the movement. So what is left? There's a sensor ship, which I think I'll try and find out the fog up there with it. Okay. Right, that's done. Let's bring it down here, and I need to be careful with my placement so it's not too near dredging ships. Right, that's all out of movement. I've got a fleet forming up there. I think I'm going to bring this up here and hopefully I don't run into any dredging ships. Is that a movement? Yeah, right, I thought that bugged for a second and stopped for some reason. Right, I've got a colony ship over here. I'm going to move it back over to this. Certainly not safe by there. This ship likewise isn't safe. The dredging have me in a bad position if they had troop transports. I have moved the center ship slightly over this turn to get a better sight of what's going on over here. So do they have transports over here? The AI seems to be able to put more ships on a planet than it's supposed to be able to as well. They're beating the logistics amount there. They do have transports. 5 of them in fact. So I need to how fast are they? Movement of 5. Yeah, they could start to make their way towards one of my worlds. To be honest, if I lost a planet or 2 around here, it wouldn't matter all that much. The only planet that I really would be in a lot of trouble if I lost was arguably my capital. I've got a starbase here somewhere. With the precursor tech, I've got that ability to upgrade that, so I'm going to do that there. Which, to be honest, I shouldn't really be making a big deal about upgrading Ascension crystals or even grabbing them in the first place, because it's not a victory type I'm going for, and the AI is basically incapable of winning that victory type as things stand. Okay. It's not the only victory type it's probably incapable of winning, sadly. Right, so this censorship, right, I can stay there, and I believe that is it for the turn. I believe I'm going to leave my governor like this currently, on 50-50. It means I get less coercion. I actually want to get that carrier's tech done pretty soon, so I'm doing that in 5 turns, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's set to end the turn. Right, it looks like I'm going to lose that starbase, so just do a quick battle. I'm not sure how many starbases I've lost, 3, 4, something like that. It's unlikely that, well, anyone whom I'm not at war with will make starbases on a lot of these resources, so I can pick them up again eventually. I've completed the colonies for the turn. I've basically done most of the not so important movement for the turn. I've got combat to do mainly. That's what's left. I've noticed something that's particularly bad. The Drengen have launched a fleet, and it actually has a transport attached. That fleet is pretty substantial. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to deal with that easily, at least for a while. Luckily for me though, it's a very slow moving fleet. The AI just really doesn't get how to manage their fleets and basically put ships with a similar speed or a decent speed altogether, or indeed just head a transport off towards a planet that hasn't got anything near to it that's capable of killing the transport, like in this case here with Shandoria. So it's going to take them a while to get here. I believe that's the target. I might be able to do something. If I'm not able to do something, to be honest, I'm not all that bothered. I might try and make some defense here, possibly, but with my low population and minus 30% to resistance, yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to defend this unless I get a lot more defensive buildings up there. Not that bothered about losing the planet. I'm moving transport slowly around here. I'm gonna probably go after this. My fleet, I've started to get a fleet up here. This was built this turn, and I'm building another one there next turn. Another command ship. So this command ship actually has quite a few bonuses. If I highlight the kinetic attack here, you can see I've got the precursor treasury. I believe that's an event. Durantium cloud bonus. Inertial dampness is something that's actually on the ship. Missing info, I believe that's the bonus from my mass drivers world up here. And that's actually gone up. That used to be 10%. So with that precursor tech, I believe that's risen. So from an original 28 attack is now 39. That's a pretty substantial bonus actually. And I also believe the speed bonus I get from one of my precursor worlds is raised as well. This ship should have a movement of 12 if it's rounded up, and then actually has 14, so that's definitely going to come in handy as well. Right, so let's finish up the rest of this movement this turn. I've got a intrepid ship up here next to graveyard, so I'm going to pick that up, and it's actually a gunboat for free. I'm going to bring that to the capital. I've actually put one of the intrepid ships on the capital just temporarily. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping it there long term, but for now it's there. It's up there. No anomalies up there, so I'm not really sure what to do with it basically. This intrepid, I think I'll also bring that onto this planet this turn. I'm not really sure what to do with it. Might bring it back over here if I can have a chance of rescuing that colony at some stage. Put that on there may dissuade them from sending transports up here. They actually have 4 transports left there. This sensor ship. Come back to that. This transport. I think I should. What is that? Right, that can go there. Right, there's a ship there. Move that to there. I think I'm gonna start to attack this turn. Let's group those there. I've got a fleet of 4. That sadly has missile attack though. I've had a look through all of the different AIs as well. The Iconians specialise in missile attack. The Drengen ship's a mixture of missile and beam, but mainly beam. The Snaffy are mainly Durantium mass drivers. The Altarians, I can't remember, they're not a threat though. Yeah, I think I'll attack this turn, but I probably will receive damage here. Let's see how it does. View battle. The problem with my ships is the accuracy. I think only about 35%-ish of my shots actually hit. You can see how many misses I've got there. It's crazy, man. But we took it down, 48 damage, so it's not too bad. It's the missile ships that are going to cause me the biggest issues. Right, so I probably should go and try and kill that. So my best fleet currently is 110 attack, and this is what? I've already got more attack than that, but look at the hit point difference. But I've got a lot more logistics there that I can use at. What's movement left here? 6. Okay. Let's get this command ship up here as quickly as possible. Okay. There's a graveyard there. Yes. I'll do a quick battle for that. Okay, got a scout, which isn't going to be any use to me. I think what I might do with this is actually upgrade it to constructor. I'm going to pick up some antimatter down here maybe with it. I might have enough cargo space to put on a small hull constructor. Alright, let's move to what's left. That can... what's this movement? 5? 1, 2, 3, I should be safe there. That one. Come back down here. That I should probably try and fleet up here as well. We have one defender there. How good is it? Oh, it's one of those. So yeah, I can actually go and attack that. The key thing to note about the Drangen is they only have one shipyard. If I could take that out, then they're not going to be able to make any more ships. These two worlds don't seem to have a shipyard. This has got a movement of 4. 1, 2. Let's take this guy out. So I'm going to do a quick battle. I should not take any damage. Okay. This transport. Okay, that is now undefended. This has got 6 billion. I could do with some invasion tech, basically. I haven't got any yet. What's that movement? That is 5. So I may be attacking that soon. I may wait until my other transports get in. Right, that is the end of the turn. I've done all of movement, but I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to talk to the Snaffy, who I can talk with this turn. They have some techs I wouldn't mind having, like biological warfare eventually. What else have they got? Yeah, they got the odd thing that I wouldn't mind getting, but that's not the reason why I'm here. I've actually noticed that they've got large hulls, because I'm not able to trade it with them. That must mean that they have it. But what I want to do here is actually get them to declare war on the Iconians. And I'm actually going to pay money to do that, to get them to do that. I could give them a resource, I guess. Do I have any resources that I want to give them? No. So 3k to get them to attack the Iconians means that they're much less likely to attack me, and I think that's well worth it. That's cheap as hell. I got a huge amount of money already, so it's not as if a tiny bit more money will do me any harm giving them it. Yeah, let's accept that. Okay. So they are now at war with them. That should keep them busy and keep the Iconians busy, and both of those have very large militaries. That's substantially larger than mine currently, but I'm going to be catching up. So yeah, making one of those command ships down there. I've switched over here as well, so I believe this shipyard now has my capital focusing production there, and I've got a crude manufacturing to make a ton of constructors there. Right, next turn. I'm going to have to put the capital back probably down here to make more combat ships next turn now. Right, quick battle that. I think that place's production's coming up quite nicely. I'm going to get that to make a shipyard there, I believe. So I can... yeah, I could do with a shipyard nearer to this side actually, rather than over here. It's going to take a while to get done now. So has that moved up there? Probably has. I don't know how many turns I've got there. 5, 6 maybe? Yeah, I'm really not that bothered if I lose that planet though, honestly. It's not gonna make a difference. It's a crappy barren world. Okay, right, it's a transport done. I'll figure that out later. Right, I'm going to do my basic non-important movement, like these colony ships, and do my colonies. I'll take you through the colonies this turn so you can see how they're progressing. So the capital, Infernum, is actually looking nearly completed now. Most of the infrastructure is upgraded as much as I possibly can. Infernum, this one has got a bit to go though. For Dusk is slowly getting up some buildings here to increase the extra adjacency bonuses for the trade buildings, so I get a bit more money out of them. Eventually that will be wealth generating planet as well. Taggart is doing okay. Still science there. Chaos science. I'm probably going to move that industry over to there. I don't think there's much point in building food on these precursor worlds because you just, well, I'm basically getting 20% of what I'd normally get with those minuses there, so probably scrap those eventually. I might keep a couple because of that food bonus next to it, but I don't know, we'll see. That's basically getting upgrading. Terraforming there, so I'm going to be able to get a bigger bonus at a Hyperion Shrinker in a bit. Let's get some research up. There's wealth still, doing a bit of terraforming. Yeah, a lot of terraforming is actually going in on a lot of the worlds now because I know where I'm going to be making everything just about. Let's get up God knows what. Yeah, and past this point it's mainly production, I think. This world I could make an Allier and defense shield to make it a bit more... well, I don't have the production really to help it against the transport that the Drengin are bringing towards it. Money isn't such a big issue anymore, so I was planning on building more than a couple of wealth worlds. I'm not so sure at the moment now though. But yeah, I might have to still, to be honest, just to be on a safe side. Right, so I've got bits of remaining movement. I've done most of the movement this turn. So what is this? This is censorship. I'll come back to that. Something I've noticed this turn which is really bad. The Drengin all of a sudden have these tyrant ships, and they have quite a few of them as well. I don't know if they had them last turn or previous to that, but they certainly have them now. So they're large ships, not spectacular weapons or anything on them, but yeah, that's a problem with that amount of hit points. And I got one there, one there, one there. Yeah, they've got 3 or 4 around here. So yeah, that's not good, especially if they fleet up. Right, so I've got transport there, come back to you in a second. Right, I should probably kill that ship while I'm over here. So this is a Ravager, should be easy to kill. So I'll just do a quick battle there. That reminds me actually, there's a tech which allows you to heal in combat. Where is it? It's these ones? Yeah, one of those ones, I think both of those actually. So I need to get that soon. Carriers are going to be my main ship type. And yeah, I'm going to get them soon. So where the hell am I going with that now? This can come up here. I've put a capital back here, and I've got the 2 other key places making those command ships. I only have so much Durantium though, so I'm going to run out of those in a bit. There is one fleet bonus for beams that I've got available, but I need Illyrium for that and I don't have enough. I'm actually minus on thulium now, which is not good. Probably lost a few star bases. I can come up here. I'm actually out of movement there. Do I race over to there? Or not? I think the censorship. Bring it over here. Could maybe do with another one of those over here actually. Which movement has that got? Loads of movement actually. Rather than they probably aren't good enough to take them out. I think that's like I'm running around the dungeon all day long with this slow movement, so that's gonna help. Okay, we got 6 of those now. If I could find some of those precursor anomalies, I could actually use this fleet on number. Yeah, there's none near to here, it would seem. There's a graveyard over there. I've used that movement. What's left? I actually redesigned made a new ship this turn, which is basically a tiny hull with a constructor on it. So I'm gonna upgrade that. Get the antimatter. Right, I'm actually gonna destroy some of these star bases and replace them. I've got a couple over here now in better positions, so let's go on there, decommission. So this only has one planet within there, but yeah, I have 4 star bases per planet in a second, hopefully. Economic reign. Trade, Starbase Factory, 1101. Okay, that one actually gets all 3 like that one. Gotta scrap that to place this though. Let's decommission that. So I've wasted constructors by having to redo this, but yeah, should have planned it out properly in the first place. Okay, so I think I need maybe a couple more down here now. Right, it's a graveyard there, let's pick that up. Battle. Scout. Get that out of the way. And pick that graveyard up. Colony ship. There's no real use either. Upgrade both of those to constructors. This one up here has also found more graveyards, where it's a bonus to movement. This censorship's in a bit of trouble over here if I'm not careful, so let's move it away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Transport. I'm not going to attack that planet yet, because yeah, I don't think I've got enough to take it. It's 11.5 billion. Drengen will probably get half decent defense. I haven't got any bonuses yet. Right, I believe that is it for the turn finally. It's the next turn. I think I'm making another constructor up there and another transport, making another one of those command ships down there. Hopefully all of the Iconians' forces and the Snathly's forces will move towards each other and wreck each other. As long as they keep each other busy, that's the key thing. I don't want either of them potentially declare war on me. Which it would seem is a possibility, even the Iconians, who I have a non-aggression treaty, if they did likewise what the Drangin did. But I do have maxed out relations, positive relations with the Iconians, so it's very unlikely. I have no idea what that is. I'll come back to that later. I may want to reposition that because there's a lyrium there anyway. Right, what I'm going to do now though is do my colonies.